Hey everyone, Dominic, Nicoli coming to you. I think we're on about day 16 of the shelter in place. Wanted to reach out to everybody with a little bit of an update on as pertains to real estate. I hope everybody's out there is safe and healthy and doing the best they can. I know this is a challenge for everybody, and hopefully we'll all get through this stronger, better, and healthy. So anyway, I wanted to just check in. I've been getting a lot of questions about what's going on with the market. I've written down 3 questions that I got emailed here recently, and I want to answer those in this video. But first, I just wanted to start off and just talk a little bit about what's going on in the real estate market here. And it hasn't come to a screeching halt. It's definitely been affected in a major way. We've never seen anything like this before. Obviously, and it's definitely impacted the real estate market. But transactions are still going on. I wrote down some statistics. Last week in the county, we had 195 new listings come on the market, and that was down from about 400 pre-shelter in place. So we're about 50% of our normal inventory coming on the market every week. Sales last week, we had 106 properties go into pending status. And again, that was down from close to 300 pre-shelter in place. So there are a lot less transactions going on, but transactions are still going on. I'm going to talk in a minute about, how we're showing property. But the first question that I've gotten, probably the most common one I've gotten, is it a good time to sell your property? And the answer I've been giving on a lot of things lately are the words, it depends. And really, in this market, it depends on your personal situation. We have, for instance, sellers that have been relocated, or there's a family need or a financial need, and they've got to liquidate a property, or they've got to move, they've got a real, driving reason to sell their property. And in that case, we can sell them. And, on the buy side, we have a lot of buyers that have been either relocated into the area, or that maybe have been given notice on their current properties, or, just that need to get into a home. And so in the right situation, it makes sense to be a buyer or a seller in this market. And in some situations where there's really no pressing motivation, it might make sense to wait a little bit. So in either case, we can discuss and figure out what's best for the client individually. So number 2 question I'm getting is, how are you facilitating showings? So the good news for the real estate side of things is that as of Saturday, they have added residential real estate and commercial real estate onto the list of essential services. So we are now officially on the list of essential services with some severe restrictions, which I'll talk about right now. We can show property if it's vacant and there are no more than 2 people in the house at a given time. We are not allowed to show property if there is anyone living at the property. So we're still restricted from that standpoint. On properties, we still can't sell houses if there are people living in there. We're just doing it virtually. So we can do it with virtual tours. We can write contracts in a way that the buyer's inspection can take place after the shelter in place is lifted. And so there are ways to facilitate transactions that way. So that's the answer to that. Number 3 that I've gotten is, how has this impacted values? And the answer to that one is, we really don't know yet, because the shelter in place is only a couple weeks old, and we haven't seen a lot of closings happen from properties that were put into contract during the shelter in place. I'm going to give you just a guess, and we'll have more data to back this up pretty soon, but I'm going to guess that values have gone down probably 10 to 15%, since this whole thing started. And so, but we will continue to get you more information and update you on those things. Last question that I want to talk about today is, what is the recovery going to look like for real estate, or what's your expected timing until things kind of get back to normal? And again, that one we don't know the answers to either. Here's what I will say. If you look at the numbers of buyers and sellers that are transacting on a weekly basis right now, what it tells me is that compared to where we were pre-COVID, we have about 200 buyers a week that have opted out of the market. we have about 200 to 250 sellers a week that have opted out of the market. So every month we are getting, that would equate to almost 800 buyers and close to 1,000 sellers that are not transacting. Those are people that still want to either buy or sell, but they're not doing it, because of the current situation. So those people, if we go 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, we may have 3,000 to 4,000 buyers that need to buy, and we might have several thousand sellers that need to sell. So I would expect that once this thing clears and business resumes, we're going to have a very, very robust real estate market. I think most of the experts feel the same way. We just don't know the timing of this thing and how long it's going to go on. So I will do my best to keep you guys updated. And I want to let you know, while the shelter in place is going on, I'm here at my home office. I have plenty of time to talk with anybody. If you have any real estate questions or you just want to talk about planning or what's going on or what your specific situation is and what might be the best course of action for you, I am very, very happy to talk and very, very happy to spend some time with you and go through things with you and help you figure out the best plan for you. So in closing, I just want to remind everybody just to stay safe out there. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Our family's healthy, thankfully, and we hope to stay that way, and I hope yours is too. And God bless, and let's stay sheltered in place so we can get this thing over with, hopefully sooner rather than later. All right, take care, everyone. Thanks.